shirt.
All right. We'll open it up with Coach.
Well, yeah, so just obviously happy to get the win. More importantly for us, a lot of good things that I think that we can build off of. Our one offense was 2 for 2 on their 2 drives, scoring against their one defense. So we got good work versus a really good defense. Our kickoff team, I was really pleased with our kickoff team today. I think we tackled them 4 times inside maybe the 20. You guys might know better, but even the last one got out to the 30. But it's really been a point of emphasis for us after last year, and I saw a lot of guys running down their kicking. I'm really happy with the kickoff return. They kept kicking it out of the end zone, and finally we got one to return. Shai took it out, led to the game-winning field goal. So I thought the special teams today were a real bright spot leading up to that last field goal. And then our defense, we planned on playing in 2 series. I was hoping to get 12 plays, 15 plays. Just, we went 3 and out, and then like 5 and out. So I wasn't able to get that many plays, but I was happy with them. And then some of our young guys, they have some work to do. So we'll just continue to work our young players, and shouldn't let them back in at the end like that. But Washington's a good football team. Had a chance to go against the McLaurins and all those different guys. Carson Wentz, so a lot of good work for our guys. We'll try to build off it. So with that.
Matt, Baker got the start today. Is he the starter going forward?
No, that was for today. That was just for today. So we'll go back and look at this tape, and obviously Sam got us in the end zone. Baker led us down the field. So it looked like both guys, played well in terms of production. We'll go back and look and see where they are, but that was just for today.
What did you see from him in that one series that he played?
I thought we moved the ball, well down the field. He did a nice job of moving it with his feet, finding the check downs, and then, we got down there tight in the red zone. We called a play action. Receiver doesn't run the route block, so he has to dirt the play. We fumbled it, so fumbled the snap and ended up not scoring. So still a lot to build on, but I did think he moved the ball. It looked, in control. Nice long drive to start the game. So it looked somewhat clean until the very end.
I know that first series he came in, you guys had a short field, so he went back out for the next series. Were there things that you saw that were a point of emphasis, things that he worked on in the offseason that you were able to see on those days? And it was limited.
Yeah, I think for the overall for the offense, I mean, we protected the football. I don't believe we turned it over today, right? So we won the turnover battle. So he took a big hit on the touchdown throw, made a courageous play. The hat was on his head. He stepped up and made it. After that, both guys, I have to really watch the tape to see exactly what they did, but I thought they were both in command. We made the right checks, so I was pleased.
First drive from the defense, forcing a fumble, Corey forcing the fumble, and then Barno recovering it, just kind of some new faces making some plays. How encouraging.
Was it Corey? They were all celebrating with Chin, so Chin might have taken credit for something he didn't do.
The 2 of them were in there.
Both of them, yeah. I can't tell from the field, man. It's like watching a scrum out there. So. Corey Littleton, I think I've said it, I'm so excited about what he's bringing to our team. I mean, he's a guy that, he really could start on all 4 special teams. We didn't have them do that today, but he can cover. He can play, he can almost play nickel. He can play linebacker. Corey's so versatile. And, it's a point of emphasis for us to get the ball out. So when you have guys like that, obviously today our first team defense, we didn't have Marquise Haynes. We didn't really have Brian Burns much more than 3 or 4 plays. Didn't have Shaq. Didn't have J.C. Horn. So, a lot of guys down, but the other guys stepped up and played well, and Corey and Chin and those guys, they certainly are part of that.
Matt, Barno's one of those guys who you were looking at as part of that mix behind Brian and those guys. How did you think he's done today as well as throughout camp?
Barno went down with, went down a little bit. I think he got a stinger, lost some strength, so he was out for a while, came back in. How he did, I don't know. I don't know. We have to wait and see the tape. We needed more pass rush. I thought, Howell did a nice job coming in for them and moving the ball. We didn't have a ton of pass rush. A lot of those, we practiced the 1s and 2s a lot, not the 3s a bunch, and then they played pretty much a whole half, and I think they got a little bit tired. But I think Amari has a really nice future. I think Amari's he's getting better and better. I love, Brian Burns is pouring into him and investing in him. So I'll have to go back and watch the tape to see exactly, because there weren't the big wow plays, but I'm sure he did some really good things to build off of. For a lot of these guys, we had to explain to them that we take 3 buses to the game. It's their first. It's their, they're used to just getting on the bus as a team, and they're just not used to this. So this was a great first start.
Matt, you guys have a lot of inactives today. Can you provide any injury update on Terrace, Keith, and Ian?
So Terrace Marshall we think will be back for practice this week. He came before the game and ran, worked out. DJ Moore also, DJ has a sore shoulder, so we limited him, and he worked out. He should be good here soon. Keith Taylor, we believe, will be ready for New England this week, or joint practices. He came out and he got a lot of work beforehand. Shaq ran. Christian, to me, the amount of hits Christian takes during the season, we're not hitting him right now. Marquise just didn't quite feel up. He felt he wanted to go, but I didn't think he was like 95, 100%. So I held him. We worked him out before the game. And you asked about one other person. I'm sorry. Ian with the ribs. He's going to catch balls this week. And Ian and Colin. They elected. They wanted to, and it's beautiful. They wanted to go support Sully at the funeral today. So we excused them to go down and support their teammate, which is awesome.
How about CJ? Sorry, CJ Saunders.
Yeah, I think he's still probably like 2 or 3 weeks out, with the pulled quad.
Coming in with the plan always to have throughout play the entire fourth quarter, and how will you balance his playing time going forward?
I'm not real. I can't talk about what we'll do moving forward. We wanted to give him a quarter. We wanted to get him in there. Things weren't real easy. We didn't do a great job. And in Washington in the fourth quarter, they kind of changed what they were doing. They had played a lot of, single linebacker blitzes, and they started bringing a lot of zero blitzes and blitz in the house. So a lot more for a young quarterback to have to deal with. He moved us down there and got us in field goal range by whatever means it took. He got hit in the face and got 15, but he did get us down there. So we'll build off it, and I'm sure the game will continue to slow down. But in terms of what our plan is moving forward, we'll talk about that probably till later.
What have you seen from P.J. Walker on those 2 back-to-back scoring drives, one in the touchdown, one in the field goal? Were there certain things that stood out to you, or that you were looking for going into the game from him?
I can't say necessarily looking at going into the game. I thought the big completion to Derek Wright down the middle of the field. I think anytime you can execute, it's one thing to kind of run around and scramble around and make some plays. Like that doesn't necessarily always translate to the season. A lot of young quarterbacks will do that. I thought for him to make the plays from the pocket that he made, the deep ball to Derek Wright. I think he hit the deep ball, the crossing route to Gio. So those are in rhythm plays. PJ's had very, very limited reps, and he's had a really good camp. I think Ben's been highly impressed with some of the things that he's done. And so I think early on he got out there like, we had a 4th and 1. He can just probably run it, and we'll kick the field goal at the end of the half, trying to do too much. All the young players, they want to try to make the team on one play. And so, kind of settled PJ down, but, took us down the field twice, got us into the end zone once. Looked like it was a good start for him.
Hey, hang on one more second. We'll take one more after this question.
You mentioned the limited reps. I know that Matt had limited reps throughout training camp. Do you think that played into today's performance? Do you think that just having those limited reps will inhibit him from being able to translate into game speed?
I think obviously every guy, the more reps they get, the better they're going to play. But everyone's in the situation they're in, and they're all in this league for a reason. And part of this league is whatever you're given, you have to go produce when it comes. And so, they're going to get what they get. Each guy's going to get what they get. It's going to change at different times as we go through the preseason. The starters sometimes will play, sometimes they won't. So, every guy's got to get what they can get. And I always believe highly in what our players can do, and I'm sure that, for a lot of these guys, the only thing that can simulate the game speed of today is getting into the game. And so I'm sure you'll see a lot of our young players on defense and offense. I think next week you'll see them probably play a little faster, a little more confident when they play against New England, especially after a joint practice.
Everybody good? Oh, go ahead.
We ran through a few of the names, but your initial impressions, who or what impressed you?
I think, like I said, I think the special teams really impressed me. I thought Spencer Brown. I've been talking about Spencer. I thought Spencer, came in and looked good. We obviously made a commitment to, hey, we were going to come in and throw the ball a little bit today to see what the quarterbacks can do. I thought Derek Wright, he's kind of always in the right place at the right time. Higgins, he's a veteran player, but he made a lot of plays when we needed him to. So I thought those guys looked good. Can't never really comment on the line play until I kind of watch the tape. So I'll have to see where those guys are. And on defense, I thought we had good team defense. I just think we got tired in the second half, and not to our standard. We shouldn't have let the game get to that point. But a lot of things were clean. A lot of things have to be cleaned up. But maybe a couple of those young guys stood out to me the most.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.
Y'all stay tight. We'll be bringing